Hello guys, today I'm Harlux back to you with another video about how to make a working tracks tutorial. Now, well, I'll just show you the overview of it, then I'll go to the tutorial. So basically, I have these, I extend the wheels with pistons, right? Then I actually control it. Now, if you run into this problem where your tracks are not really turned all the way around, try with the wheel twerk and raise it. You can see they're going round and round, and now I can reduce the speed and everything. I guess working track tutorial, guys. I spent quite a bit of time working on these tracks. Hope you guys can enjoy. Alright, before we start anything for our tank tracks, well, so what I start off with is the actual tracks itself. So the way I usually build my tracks, I'm gonna build them with zero point 0.2 gaps in between. So basically, I'm gonna use 0.2 scale. And I'm just gonna make a small little platform. Also, get a portal for duping, because that will be later on. Anyway, so material-wise, what is the best material? Well, I haven't built the tracks with every material, so I honestly don't know. But what I have done with it before was with sand and metal. I had better time with the metal, and I think you would have better time with metal as well, because say if you use like plastic or something lighter, the thing will start, like, there's not really a lot of weight. It'll kind of bounce around a lot more, I think. Well, anyway, I'm going to switch to 0.2 scale, make this like that, and I think let's see, what's the width I want for this? I think I want a little bigger than a pole. Yeah, that looks good. Basically, I'm just going to make a bunch of these real quick. Now, basically, I'm just going to start in the same place every time to build a new one of these. And it's basically, I'm going to keep placing blocks right here between these two so I can get the scale right. And so I want to make sure that all these are the same width, which is because I don't want this to look weird or anything. Which it seems to be that they're all the same width. Alright, so I'm going to keep building this. It's just keep repeating with a 0.2 gap in the middle. I want to make sure that they're all the right width I want. Well, let me grab some normal, make this a little bit bigger. Now, let's start with making the hinges and stuff. So this will actually make your tracks like turn and stuff, and be flexible. So I don't need this really much anymore. So you want to bring your move to 0.5 and you want to bring your merging level to red. So basically, you want to get place this right at the corner, and what this will do is it'll basically half the thing will be on, like, little more than half of the actual like hinge, the yellow hinge part will be on the track. Now basically, you just want to keep repeating this process. All right, there. So now here comes a little trickier part. So here, I'll start at this side. Actually, we'll work with this side. So you want to bring your cursor or whatever to the far left hand. So you see the hinge is attached to this part. Whatever part the hinge is not attached to, you want to make a, here, go to 45 degree. You want to place blocks like this, and you want to scale it like so, and which basically attaches the hinge to the next pair of track. That way they don't all fall apart. It actually attaches it, and it's kind of like a, so it's kind of attached. So basically, we can just we do that for everyone. It's gonna take some time. I'm speed up the video a little bit of me doing this. Also, you can do it this way. So when you're building the tracks and stuff, here I'll change one of the treads transparency. You want to make sure your plastic block does not go into the hinge because that'll mess up the rotation and stuff. Alright, my last one here, and there. So now what we can do, here I'm going to save this. Let's see, what slot to use. I'll just use this one. Now what you want to do, so here's the first part. Now, so if this all stays together, which it should be, it means it's perfect. Now if it falls apart, it means you did something wrong. It would probably be the plastic part that you did wrong. We try fixing it. And now, basically, I'm gonna move this around and make sure everything's proper. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's as good as any, I suppose. So you basically want to make sure it's all floppy and stuff. Now corners are a little bit tricky. You have to pay attention when you make them. So I'll start with the corner on the left side. Let me try to fix the platform. Or I'll just build off the previous track. So now, basically, you don't want it to be like this. Because if you do it like that, that's a big problem. So if you do it like this, I'll show you the problem here. I'll place a hinge. Here's the problem right here. You see, they're going to be attached, hinges are going to be attached to each other, which is a big problem because this will be all one part, and it'll basically jam up your entire track system. So you do not want to build it like that. So now I guess I'm gonna use one scale to line it up a bit. And we're gonna use that 2 gap again. Tracks are that big. And I'm gonna check with the pole. Yeah, it seems to be the right size. Now if you do it like this, when you place your hinge, here move it to 0.5 scale again, it won't be lined up or like jamming with it, which is what we want. And if you really wanted to, you could always bring this up one too, line it up with all this, which is what I think I want to do here because yeah, I think I'll do that just to make everything look nice and symmetrical, kind of. So basically doing the same thing down here, but building up. When you attach these, you want to make sure they're not touching the actual tracks, or they'll anchor it to them. That'll suck. Alright, that looks about good. Now, I want to make 2 sets of them because I want to give this thing tank steering at the end. So if you want to make tank steering like properly, I'm gonna do. I want to make 2. I want to make another row of wheels. So I'm gonna move this all back a bit. I'll move it 0.5 back. So now I guess we just build the tracks up, go to 0.5. So each one it's at the bottom, so we'll put it at the next bottom. Now we can build this again. So wherever you want your thing to turn or whatever, or do 0.2 gap. So this part down here is a little different from the one up here. So the one up here can actually get a hinge or whatever. I'm gonna move it over like that. Still not right, is it? Oh no, because the track's not big enough. Alright, so now I'm gonna rebuild the track. That looks good. Move it over 0.1. Do it to this side, I'll do it to the other side. There. Perfectly lined up. Alright, now this is a little more tricky. So now we're going to place it on the top ones. Basically, we're going to make it scale it down without touching anything down there. Now this is my third time building tracks. I learned a lot from just building the first one, and the second time I did it, it was a headache. But now I think I got a really good idea like how to build tracks. The best tracks I've ever seen had like a zero for like so they had like the hinge like a 0.5 gap between them. It was pretty cool. At this point, we could probably just get away with duping the tracks. You know what? I think that's what we're gonna do. So we you could also build this manually. So what I did here, you could basically build it on the other side, but I'm lazy, and I know probably a lot of you want to do this too. So what I'm gonna do is anchor off all the hinges and tracks and all that whatnot, the treads, and I want you to find the middle point basically. So here, this started here, scale it down to the other side. Now we'll find the middle point, which is directly right here. Alright, perfect. Now, let's see, probably scale this down a bit. Now I'm gonna place a cake. I'm gonna place a few cakes actually. Now let's anchor us off to our tracks. Now we could unanchor. Basically, well, I'm not gonna be able to get to that portal from this stage, so I'm just gonna dupe this, bring to the stages. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna basically tilt the chair over. Now I want to try to line it up with the hinges, and I'm gonna line it up with the. And basically, I'm gonna try to figure out where this is gonna be at. So if we're facing this way with the tracks and we're flipping upside down, you want the chair to be facing this way. And we want that upside down. Alright, let's try that. Alright, good. I think everything's lined up properly. Now we just gotta bring it down. I think we'll bring it down by... Oh, we'll just place two chairs under this previous chair. Alright. Oh, it's not lined up where we want it. I'll bring it down again. There. Alright, I think that's it. Now we can anchor it all. Get rid of the chair, cakes, and whatnot. Alright, now I'm gonna... Alright, nice, they're all lined up and everything. Now since it's all anchored, make sure it's anchored, I can get rid of all this. And basically, uh, I don't need this part here. I think there might be overlap somewhere. Here, let me scale this. Uh, uh, so I made a mistake. It's a 0.1 difference. No. Alright, it should be fine though. It's not too big of a deal. So now, I guess I'll just pick off the stuff we already have. You may have to redo the pink parts right here, but they should all, you shouldn't have to, but you may end up having to replace those. And boom. A little tiny gap difference, 0.3 to be exact. But that's fine. I made a mistake. If you really want to, if I really wanted to fix it, I would brought the chair down another 0.1, and that would have fixed the problem right there. But it shouldn't interfere too much with the performance. Now, I guess we're at the save and testing phase. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna, well, I don't need that right there. Get rid of that. I don't need that either. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a, basically a beam. Here, I'm gonna line up the wheels a little bit better. Now, what I'm gonna do is, actually, we're gonna save and test. We're gonna make sure nothing falls apart. Oh, and some stuff did. I want to get a harpoon and stretch it out and see which parts fell. So it seems like one thing down here and right in the corner right here. So I'm assuming it's these right here. Alright, so this isn't too bad. So it seems to be only one corner that's broken. Okay, let's see why it's broken. Alright, scaled into that. Ah, I see. So right here, this piece right here, transparent, is actually in the hinge. That's bad. Do not do that. That's not what we want. Alright, there. It should resolve all our problems. There. All one track. Boom. So what we're gonna do now is we are gonna make well, we're gonna make the actual thing work.